Welcome to Character Select. My name is Dave, and with me today is...
Kylen.
And we are playing XCOM Chimera Squad, which I actually did not intend to do on the channel. Full stop. 100% just gonna leave it there. And Kylen turned to me like 2 weeks ago. It's like, so you're doing it on the channel, right? And I was like, I hadn't planned on it. And you said, well, if you do, I want in. And I'm like, here we are.
Guess we're doing it on the channel then.
So, I have played this a bit.
Yep.
Kylen has also played this a bit. We haven't finished the game. But we've played enough to know how the game is played without getting too deep into the weeds of the story or anything like that. But this is a interestingly story-based game. So we are going to have the tutorial active just so you can get the full story. We're also going to turn heal between encounters to no healing.
Ooh.
We could also turn on Iron Man, but I don't think we need to.
Well, actually, no.
The thing is, if you turn on Iron Man, then if you fail a mission, you just restart it. You don't lose the save.
Right.
So that's not necessarily the worst. But there's no real advantage to turning on Iron Man or disadvantage to turning on Iron Man. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really save scummers anyway, for the most part. So, yeah. And less so in this one, I found.
Yeah.
It's actually harder to find a place to save scum.
And then the only other thing that we're going to do is we are going to turn on Extended City Anarchy, which is your Doom tracker. It only adds 5 levels. The tracker only has 14 levels to begin with. It's not that big of a difference. But turning on no healing is pretty consequential, as you'll see. But
are we going for expert?
No, we're just going to go on normal.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go on expert?
I mean, we're both pretty decent at XCOM.
We're playing it over a show, though.
That's true. We do want to make progress.
Yeah.
All right. For the viewers' sake, we'll play on normal.
Two minutes out.
Hey, Godmother. Is this like the old days? XCOM swooping in and taking it to the bad guys?
I wouldn't know. I spent most of the war training resistance networks.
Like mine. And for your many, long years of service.
Watch it.
XCOM attaches you to an untested squad and pushes it into the field before it's ready. How is this not like the old days?
I'm just happy to be here. I missed out during the war. Wish I could have pulled my weight.
For which side, exactly?
I find that very hurtful.
Sure thing, Advent.
We are through the checkpoint.
I was never actually Advent.
But they were fitting you for a blocky helmet.
Stow it, both of you. We're here. 3-1 PD gave us the all clear. Grab your gear and prepare to move in.
So this game is set 5 years after the end of XCOM 2. This is 2040. Which is a consequential time for a lot of reasons.
Whisper, what's your status?
And what's Verge's ETA?
I have heard some people complaining about the characters. I kind of like them.
I love the characters so far.
Yeah.
He hailed a cab.
To a hostage situation?
Focus. Whisper, any surprises in the next room?
A handful of hostiles, unaware of your approach.
Chimera Squad, take positions. Prep for breach.
So here's the first new thing in this game. Breach mode.
Breach mode is so cool.
Is where you stack up and prepare to enter the room. We're gonna send Cherub in first because Cherub has a fucking shield. We're gonna then send in Godmother because she's got a shotgun, and then we're gonna send in Terminal because she's only got a submachine gun.
So if you combined Breach mode with the stealth modes available in XCOM, like the stealth missions in XCOM 2, you would have an amazing tactical game.
Now let's see why it's so cool.
Stay behind me.
Boom! Slow down.
Yes.
Shoot that fucker. He dead.
Done. Nice shot, Cherub.
Shoot that fucker.
Ooh, that guy's alerted.
He dead.
Not anymore.
Shoot that fucker. He dead.
Yeah.
Take
3
cover.
shots, 3 kills.
And now we're killing people.
Is that our hostage?
Welcome to City 31's Memorial Museum.
It's just a recording.
As I often say, the lessons from our past inform the present.
Blah, blah, blah. History.
Agents and enemies take their turns one at a time. The timeline is not our turn, then their turn.
Yeah.
Agents have 2 action points each turn to use for movement, shooting, or abilities. Look for a blue shield to move into cover for defensive bonuses before shooting, or move out to flank the enemy for a better chance to hit.
That's all the same. So the main difference here in the game is the fact that you don't move all the good guys and then all the bad guys move. That is not how it works, and I have to say, I'm a bit of a fan of this change.
Yes.
It makes
Also,
things feel a bit more immediate.
Hold on.
In 2015, the people of Earth
What are you trying to do?
extraterrestrial
Listen.
invasion, led by beings who call themselves the Elders. The alien invaders conquered the world in roughly 3 months. Billions of humans perished. Human cities such as this one suffered casualty rates of nearly 90%. Despite the loss, what came next proved even worse.
So, if you remember back to XCOM 1, the alien base mission is usually about 2 to 4 months into the game. And canonically, after that is the retaliation mission where canonically XCOM lost.
Right.
So that's confirming that little bit of information, which I love.
Yep. So the commander got captured in the base mission, basically.
Yes. I shot the wrong guy. Damn it.
That's okay, he missed.
Alright, and it's fine because you know what? Godmother's got a fucking shotgun.
Yes, she does. She likes to use it.
Hello.
Goodbye.
In 2015, the people suffered.
You see this?
Huh. Interesting.
Merge, buddy.
Contact!
Clear.
I love Verge.
Verge is great.
Verge? What took you so long?
Had to unpack a breaching charge.
Good man.
Not exactly.
You know what I mean.
I always do.
So creepy.
In the
Don't ever
movie,
change.
Verge is played by Doug
Players,
Jones.
form up. Any hostiles in the next room?
Yes. I can feel them.
And you automatically reload. So that whole room was an encounter. When you move on to the next encounter, if you have half healing on, you get half of your maximum HP back. If you have full healing on, you get all of your HP back. We have no healing on. If we took damage in this room, it carries over to the next room. And honestly, half healing invalidates a shit ton of abilities. At least that I've seen.
It does. Yeah, I was finding the same thing. Half healing was actually pretty easy.
So here's the thing. We have 2 breach points. We can either go in through the main door, which is here, or we can go in through the upper door, which is here. And as you can see,
we have to go through both.
Yeah. There's different effects based on where you go through. The agents that go through here, enemies will take +1 or deal +1 damage during the breach. And people that go through here, last unit through this entrance does +3 damage during the breach. So
Right.
I'm going to send in Godmother and Terminal, and then Verge and Cherub. The reason
and you can also change the order in which the breach points happen too, if you choose.
Yeah, this is 1 or 2. I usually keep it the same for this one anyway. I've done this tutorial a few times just to try and get a handle on things. The reason that I'm doing this is because Cherub has a pistol, which does 2 to 3 damage. So giving him the damage bonus means that he can definitely kill a dude.
Right. Good call.
Let's go.
We shall move in.
Boom.
Okay, so in this room we have an aggressive guy. An aggressive guy is going to shoot if you don't take them out during the breach.
There's also 2 other statuses that they can have. Surprise means that they won't do anything after the breach is done, and alert means that they're going to run for cover.
Right.
So this guy is going to hurt somebody if we don't kill him. So kill him.
He needs to die. Just like that. Goodbye.
This guy is easy enough. Now, the reason that we took out that guy is because we can't see him from up above.
Right.
Oh yeah, and there's that guy there. We're going to take out this guy to reduce their numbers. And then we're just going to kill this guy. Seal the deal.
Seal the deal.
So now there's only 2 targets left. Each agent has a unique ability they can use every turn, eventually gaining more abilities from their class and equipment. Most agents have the Subdue ability. Subdue is the best thing ever!
Subdue is great. It's really good.
You're under arrest.
Walk up and butt smack. Oh, he didn't quite go down.
That's alright.
Hostiles still up.
Oh, he's gonna shoot a terminal. I wasn't paying attention to the
He
turn
sure
order.
is, yeah. Oh, we missed. That's lucky.
Well, this is the tutorial, so they're all pretty basic.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, that's the trick with Subdue.
You weren't supposed to hit back.
So, Verge has 2 abilities, Stupor and Battle Madness. Battle Madness makes them go berserk and attack a nearby target, which isn't helpful to us. Stupor will prevent them from doing anything, potentially. So we only got stunned for 1, which sucks.
And when Verge uses his side powers on people, he adds them to the, quote, neural network. And for every one he has on the neural network, he gains aim bonus.
Not yet. That's late. That's one of his abilities, yeah.
Oh, okay. I gave him that immediately, because...
Oh, God, yeah.
It's
so
amazing.
Good.
It's amazing.
So...
Oh.
Yeah, so we stunned that character for 1 action, so he can still attack.
I was gonna say, move,
Cherub does not have, Subdue. He has Get the Fuck Out of My Way. Reload.
And you get, a chance at, gaining resources.
Forgot to listen to the frickin' announcement.
I do like to make an entrance.
You get a chance at resources if you, knock people unconscious instead of killing them.
Yes. Some breach points can only be accessed by special equipment or abilities. Once an agent with the acquired asset is in the first slot, other agents can then be assigned. So this requires a breaching charge. Only Cherub has the breaching charge, so he has to go in first. Then I can do everybody else as normal.
Wait, hold. Hostage confirmed in the next room.
We need more than that.
3-1 PD has a live feed. Patching through.
If you surrender, I will advocate leniency.
Enough. This exhibit, it is about XCOM's role in our liberation.
I see you read the placard.
Doesn't say how they went soft and got weak. Now, it's up to us to light the spark.
He's holding a detonator.
Go, now!
So there's some crazy human... Like, there's always crazy human racists going on, man. Why is it always crazy human racists?
Boom.
Nice shot.
Boom.
That guy's alerted.
And he's
Not
down.
anymore. 65.
Nice.
Oh, got him. Nice. Got him on a 65. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'll protect you.
New objective, protect the hostage. So here's the important thing. Oh, never mind, Cherub's there.
Right. I forgot that happens every time.
Yeah.
Protect the mayor.
Confirmed.
Agents that lose all their HP will begin bleeding out over several turns. Mission will fail unless the agent bleeding out is saved with the stabilize ability or the encounter is completed before the timer expires.
That's right.
So, we have to finish this in 2 turns or stabilize him. If an agent dies, it's game over. Period.
Yep.
Do not let agents die. So here's something that they're not going to explain until later. This little icon here means that he is going to attack the hostage.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember seeing that icon before.
All right.
Old-world defense organization, rallied fellow resistance networks, and openly fought Advent, led by Commander...
I love that.
Led by Commander...
Yep. And you can see a whole bunch of really cool things. There's the black site vial.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. There's the Sky Ranger, the original Sky Ranger, not the one from XCOM 2.
Right.
There's the memorial wall of people that died, not necessarily soldiers, but... and then, first of all, there's Bradford.
Giant bust of Bradford.
There's Lily.
Lily and the doctor.
Yeah, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. And there's the picture for the commander. They shot it.
Oh, interesting.
So you can't see it. And then there's XCOM gear.
And also, interestingly, no mention... Well, I guess it makes sense, though. Because in the canon timeline, Dr. Valen and the original Dr. Shen didn't do a whole lot before they had to run for it.
Correct. They didn't have anything to do with the Liberation War. So there were 2 wars.
Right.
There was the Alien Invasion in 2015, then there was the Liberation War in 2035.
Right.
And this is a museum dedicated to the Liberation War of 2035.
This is a great timeline. I'm so impressed with what they've put together. I really am.
Can I? I can.
Yeah, you can safeguard the hostage.
So Terminal
Inside's back inside.
Terminal is essentially a specialist.
Specialist.
And
Yeah.
Godmother is essentially an assaulter or a ranger without the.
Well, she's kind of an old style assault, actually.
Yeah.
Because the Rangers had the whole deal with the Rangers was they had the katana. So she's an old style assault trooper. XCOM 1.
Failed to subdue.
I noticed. So we can only stupor that guy.
Run up over there and just shoot that dude.
Well, I want to take this guy out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just shoot the captain dude. You got him on lock.
I kind of want to arrest him since we're kind of an arresting organization, but
Well, I mean, there's that too.
Boxing in target.
he's also a terrible
nice
shot.
work on the safeguard.
Bracketing target.
Burge
Ooh,
takes hits.
Burge got
None
hit.
of the damage that we take in here matters. It will matter later.
Yeah, she's gonna take a hit if you do that. But she does have full health, so...
Yeah, and he's only got a pistol.
Yeah.
Hup. Excuse me, Mayor. Ow. Hello.
In the face.
Stay down.
Arrested the target.
Nice.
Are you still with us?
Yeah, I think so. Only thing injured is my pride.
And your diaphragm. And a few ribs.
None of this should have happened.
Most people say thank you.
I'm grateful, of course. But these people don't have the capability for any of this.
Explain.
I read their threat assessment. A month ago, these insurgents were all talk and no capability. The greatest threat they posed was to bottles of alcohol.
Why tell us? Why now?
City 31 shows the world how humans, hybrids, and aliens can keep a lasting peace. I'm the public face of this. Tonight, someone wanted what I represent to go up in flames.
We're not in town for local intrigue.
I know, but right now you're the only ones I'm certain are fighting for that same peace. Can I count on your support?
Yes, ma'am.
So, City 31, we're going to find out more about it now, but City 31 is where sectoids, mutons, vipers, humans, hybrids, Advent, all live together. And it's really cool.
Package delivered to 31 PD.
She truly believes what she says.
That's why she's in charge.
Not too shabby for our first official mission.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Celebrate before a mission is complete. It's
bad luck.
It's the most predictable twist in the history of twists. But it's fine.
Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain... So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends...
I love that we have a sectoid Rush Limbaugh.
That voice in your head? That's me telling you to wake up. Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
Yep.
Welcome home, Chimera Squad.
Oh, and here's the best thing.
Thanks for getting me killed. Also, you're fired.
That's not helpful.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I'll patch the call through when you're ready.
The director is
Jane Kelly. What a throwback, man.
Take full responsibility for what happened.
Stop. I sent you to City 31 because I believed you were ready. Tonight,
Jane Kelly was recruited in the original XCOM EU, right?
No.
No, it was 2?
XCOM 2, yep.
Oh, okay.
She's the only survivor other than Bradford from Gatecrasher. Canonically.
I thought she was the first.
No, the first was the
recruited. Nope. In XCOM EU, no.
Nope.
Who was the Scion recruited in XCOM EU then?
I set up the map.
A simulation?
Ready when you are.
Oh, Annette Franks.
Oh, right. Okay, thank you.
Welcome to City 31. During Advent's occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport.
That's right, we got a starport now.
After XCOM won the war, it's home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that. Not yet. But we can find out. 3-1 PD requested our help sifting through evidence at the Memorial Museum. They lost good officers today. Give them what they need and see what we can learn.
Okay. The map is where we can see the status of City 31 and any current targets we can send our squad to respond to. Chimera Squad can respond to 1 target per day, after which the day automatically advances. So there's 3 different types of things that you can roll on. A situation is just go there and do a thing. You're not actually going to get into a tactical mission, yeah.
Yeah, there's no gameplay.
The other one is an investigation, which will result in a tactical situation. You got to burst in and do something. And then there's actual missions, which we'll get to in a bit. 3-1 PD needs help pouring through the aftermath of tonight's attack. Mayor Nightingale's death has the city on edge. Let's do what we can to help. We've done what we can to aid 3-1 PD. Commissioner Malouf passed along her thanks for helping our officers bear the weight of this attack.
Your work with 3-1 PD opened a few doors. Here's what we know. A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Does that mean they had outside help?
Most likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of ordnance.
Now, here is where the game kind of diverges. These are the 3 groups that could have helped the insurgents blow up the mayor. We get to choose who we investigate first, but we will ultimately investigate them all. So, we could go up against human scions. Basically, we're going to deal with a lot of psionic people. We could go up against...
a lot of psionic people.
Yeah. We could go up against Grey Phoenix, which is a bunch of alien scavengers, so we're going to face off against mutons, vipers, and sectoids. Or we can go up against Sacred Coil, which is humans, cyborgs, and for fuck's sake, I don't understand how or why, chrysalids.
Oh god.
So, Grey Phoenix is really tough to do to begin with, because the mutons and stuff are really strong. I haven't done the progeny at all, and I barely scratched the surface on Sacred Coil. So which one are we going after first?
Well, I've done a fair amount of the progeny mission, and it is doable. However, I've done a fair amount of the progeny.
Well, they're all doable. So I've done a fair amount of Grey Phoenix. You've done a fair amount of the progeny. Let's do Sacred Coil.
There it is.
Sacred Coil is what happens when former Advent officers find religion, or create one. They claim to be the true path for City 31's hybrids, as long as that path involves armed sedition.
Director, these are local criminals. Isn't that 3-1 PD's jurisdiction?
True. The Reclamation Agency supports local police, but we're also required to recover dangerous material.
From those who would do the world harm, and each of those groups is neck deep in the stuff. So what next?
Focus on a single group. Investigate, dismantle their operations, and take them down.
Meanwhile, we look for any links to the mayor's death. Either way, a dangerous organization is off the streets.
Exactly. The city wants justice for Mayor Nightingale. This is how we help them achieve it.
Each investigation has 3 stages. Groundwork. From this first mission, learn about the faction and their methods. Operations. Hidden missions that must be revealed, then completed to knock out the faction's main plans. Takedown. Stop their final attack and end their threat to City 31. So, right now, we basically know nothing about them other than the fact that they are a faction. And kind of what they do. We don't know who their leader is. We don't know what they're actively doing. We have to find out more. Also, one fun thing, the motto for Chimera Squad, do you know what it means in English? It's Diversus Veribus.
It's, Diversus in Veribus, but I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, Diversus is obvious.
Is it? What does it mean?
I don't know. Is it? It's diversity.
Nope. It means different forces.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, right. I like that.
So first things first, let's go to the assembly area.
Check it out. Headquarters sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build anything. Or we could with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky 2038 model. It'll take time to stress test our patterns, but once we have them, we're good to go.
So this is basically a really cool 3D printer.
The Android agent is fantastic.
Is it?
It's so much fun.
I've never actually used one.
If you have an agent go down, like between rooms on a mission, you can bring in the android to fill in, and it is fantastic. It's so much fun.
Yeah, because you can't revive in the middle of a mission. You can only stabilize and get them out of there, and somebody has to step in.
Exactly.
We have the option for a new recruit.
All right. Who are our options?
So we could get...
Okay.
This means we can bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something.
So there are 9 agents available for Chimera Squad. I believe the max you can get is 8, but there are 9 total. I'm hoping we can get all 9. If we can, we will. But all of them are differently specialized. Torque is a Viper, who has the best quotes. Sure, Whisper. Can you quote this gesture? How about 2?
I really like Torque. She is incredibly useful.
I've never used Torque.
Really? Wow.
There's Claymore, who is effective at explosives, area of effect damage, and breaching. He is the only person that really gets a grenade.
Well, you can, well, that's not true, because you can manufacture grenades. And
he's the only person that gets like damage at grenades. And then there's Blue Blood, who is a pistolier, who has the amazing ability to attack twice.
Yes, he does.
And it's really good.
Used, the first 2 I added to my squad were Torque and Blue Blood, and they are both excellent agents.
Oh, and by the way, everybody has their own unique backstory. For example, Blue Blood was the only child of a teacher and a 3rd-generation police officer. During the initial invasion, he fled the initial attacks with his father and was eventually sent to a relocation camp. In between the First and Second War, he relocated to City 31 with his family and apprenticed to his father's private detective agency, solving issues for an underserved portion of the city. Gained a positive reputation and learned the basics of investigative work. During the war, he smuggled hundreds of people out of City 31 whom Advent had labeled as dissidents. And then in present, he used to work for 31 PD. Torque was born in 2020. And attached to Advent, learned to target and track down undesirable elements, hunted down resistance groups, actively fought resistance forces and XCOM for the war's duration at 15, and at present offered to serve as Op4 training for post-war XCOM soldiers in training because, in her own words, detention is boring and this way I can still fight XCOM. Placed under the direct supervision of Colonel Kelly, with whom she formed an unexpected bond. Requested a transfer after Colonel Kelly's promotion to director of the XCOM Reclamation Agency, assigned to Chimera Squad with the director's approval. So, a lot of people...
Torque is awesome.
So, I haven't used Torque, but a lot of people have said that her attitude sucks. And I'm like, dude, she's 20. She's basically a teen.
Right? Yeah, not only that, but I don't know what anybody's talking about, because she is... like hilariously sassy, and her ability to use the Viper's tongue grab and wrap in a single turn is so useful. Because she can do that as 2 actions, right? She can tongue grab somebody, drag them to her, and then wrap them up to basically take them out of the fight.
Yeah.
And it's so useful.
And then there's Claymore, whose quote is, "There's never a red wire. I'm lucky if there even are wires." He's from India. He was 7 years old during the first invasion. Raised in refugee camps, learned to create and defuse explosive devices, manufactured grenades for his resistance camp, successfully defused Advent device intended to wipe out a resistance camp, which brought him to the attention of XCOM. Resistance group connected him with XCOM after a mutual operation. He spent a few months on the Avenger disassembling any recovered alien explosives. He used to be an engineer for XCOM.
He was an engineer on the Avenger. That's cool.
XCOM kept him on as a specialist. He volunteered to join the Reclamation Agency at his first opportunity. He placed into Chimera Squad with ease.
So, for the viewers, I did not find these when I was playing, so this is the first time I had ever seen them.
So, for a lot of different reasons, I'm going to take Blue Blood.
Okay.
The
I
aim
do
bonus,
not object to that.
Yeah, the aim bonus is really good, but...
Great to see you.
Back at you, Whisper. Settling in?
Not exactly. Until we have a proper field office, we get to sleep in a rail car repair yard.
See? Every job comes with a few perks.
Let me know when we have any.
Also, I'm not going to lie. My first thought on seeing Whisper was like, I could cosplay that. But yeah, so Whisper is, or not Whisper, Blue Blood is basically a pistolier, so he only has pistols. But he has 2 of them.
Yeah, so he's the pistol version of the sniper, basically.
But hey, while we're here, Godmother is from France. Prior to the invasion, she was a national tactical police officer, probably GIGN, with a few years of experience. Went to ground after the fall of Paris, spent a few fruitless years searching for her family. She provided operational training to the nascent European resistance group, strongly advised against direct resistance, which she learned brought overwhelming reprisal raids. Connected with XCOM proper during its leaner years, remained a friendly asset as the organization rebuilt itself. In 2032, she developed a formalized tactical training program to screen XCOM recruits. All those recruits you saw in the Avenger, she is the person that set up the program to find them and make sure they were up to snuff. She was a field liaison to allied resistance groups supporting XCOM in the war, and she modified the XCOM recruit training program to suit the needs of the Reclamation Agency and joined Chimera Squad provisionally to ensure field-ready status. She's not even supposed to be here. Terminal is very interesting. She was the only child of a factory worker and a cook. Her parents died during the initial invasion. Her uncle fled with her to a relocation camp, and then he died of disease. She was effectively adopted by a doctor who lost her only daughter to the invasion, transferred with her adoptive mother to a small town on the outskirts, began apprenticing in her adoptive mother's medical office. After a punitive Advent attack wiped out her town, a resistance group pulled her from the rubble and brought her to safety. She exhibited a severe shift in personality. She was a combat medic for her resistance group during the war and exhibited absolute fearlessness and saved hundreds of lives. To the present, she's initially rejected for the Reclamation Agency, but requested regular psionic probes to prove she is fit to serve. Assigned to Chimera Squad after probationary period. She has super hardcore PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why she's super sarcastic and doesn't like people. Cherub. He belonged to the Empty Cohort, a batch of hybrid clones with full Advent training but no Advent indoctrination. He didn't emerge from his clone creche until the war started. He immediately befriended 2 XCOM soldiers. So the reason he's called Cherub is because he's 5 years old.
Right.
Transferred to a detention center, exhaustive testing revealed no Advent sympathies despite being part of the Bellismar clone line. Released from detention and recommended as a test case for XCOM utilizing skills of the Empty Cohort. Transferred to the Reclamation Agency after proving his capability. Requested placement in Chimera Squad at first opportunity. Reclamation HQ has observed his enthusiasm to improve the morale of his squad on multiple occasions.
Interesting.
So, you'll occasionally hear him saying things like, I didn't even know that was a thing, or, now I know about this thing. It's because he literally doesn't know.
Huh.
This guy, Verge, is the most interesting
Verge is the best. He reminds me of Morden Solus and in a very good way.
Also, he doesn't wear shoes. It's very interesting. But check out his biography. During the 2015 invasion, actively worked to subvert human governments, experimented with delicate long-term mental control of human subjects at about 15 years old. Assigned the long-term control of an influential human who could keep the populace docile with comprehensible, reassuring answers for their questions about aliens. Selected as a candidate for conversion into sectoid infused with human genetic material. Post-conversion, it exhibited signs of empathy towards the human populace. Quietly began to tip off resistance groups. During the war, he served as a mole, actively aiding resistance groups and XCOM. And to present, spent time in a detention camp until XCOM realized his role in the war. Agreed to Reclamation Agency transfer, and Director Kelly approved his admission to Chimera Squad.
Yeah, I like Verge a lot. He's really cool.
But we're going to put Blue Blood on Assembly, so if you have somebody on Assembly, it reduces the time that they...
I also really like the idea that the sectoids we saw in the first game, like, because every squad of Thin Men always had a sectoid, right?
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Well, pretty much,
Usually,
more or less. And then, so those same sectoids became the ones that we saw later.
If they were exceptional.
If they were good enough, right?
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
just, I love the mythology they've created for this world.
All right.
So good.
So there's a critical combat mission target available. Let's go do that. So yeah, we use credits to buy new supplies, which pretty straightforward. We use Illyrium to do assembly projects, and there's a third resource called Intel, which we're going to try and get some of today. Whisper here, I'll keep you updated on any activities requiring our attention. Speaking of which, Sacred Coil is raiding a storage facility that holds Advent-era contraband. We should prevent that, right?
Right?
All right,
next time. Very good idea.
Next time on Character Select, let's get boots on the ground and save the day. Slowly but surely. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Kylen, I love this squad. I love it.
I'm super excited to do this on camera, so let's make it happen.